Well, hello, and welcome once again to my latest iteration of Chatbox. This is the kind of off-the-cuff, unscripted kind of video channel where I just say whatever I feel like, talk about things that I can't normally talk about or don't want to talk about on my main channel because they don't really fit there. And greetings once again from Japan, where it always feels hot even when it's not. We've just had a typhoon go through here, and it's not hot. It's just very, very humid. The typhoon has cooled it off quite a bit, but I've still got my little towel. Everybody carries around one of these all the time in Japan. You kind of keep them folded up in your pocket, you know, just kind of like that. And they don't have kind of garbage cans in any of the restrooms anywhere or anything like that, and people are just always sweating all the time too, so everybody carries around one of these. I have one in here right now. I have a fan. I have an air conditioner in another room that sometimes I redirect in here, but obviously while I'm filming here I have to kind of keep things quiet, so no fan running right now. I've got the lights on, and yeah, it feels hot. It's just very humid. Anyway, this is my second attempt at shooting this video. The first one just didn't quite turn out the way I wanted, and also I've gotten some new information since then, so gonna be doing this one a second time. It's possible you might see me cut in to the first one at some point, because I'm going to be kind of duplicating a lot of the same information, and sometimes I just might forget to say something that I thought was important at the time. So I might cut in, but hopefully not. Hopefully I'll cover everything that I wanted to cover anyway. Well, anyway, I haven't done like a cut to the titles yet, so let's get started. So yeah, really just the main thing is I kind of wanted to do a post-mortem on my last video on Laserdisc, kind of talk about some things going on with that, and then talk about what's coming next on the channel, at least the next couple of videos. I'm not sure what order they're going to be in. And then a few things that have been happening here, just like with my life and stuff that are going to affect the channel now, hopefully in a good way. But yeah, so just to first talk about that Laserdisc video a little bit, it actually has done fairly well for me, surprisingly. I don't really know why. Maybe there was just pent-up demand on my channel for Laserdisc content. I don't know, but it's the last I checked, and this may have changed by now, but at least like a week or so ago, it was the number 2 out of my last 10 videos. And the number 1 most watched video was, oddly enough, my video on the JVC XLZ555 CD player, which, I don't know, you guys like CD players and Laserdisc players, I guess. But yeah, the Laserdisc video has done very well, as you're probably seeing with whatever graphic I'm showing right now from my analytics. I don't pay that close attention to my analytics. I'm not like some YouTubers out there who are just living on their analytics pages constantly and seeing how they can tweak and change things and get more views and whatnot. I do this as a hobby, not as a job. I don't really have time, nor do I really want, I mean, I have time, but for a hobby, I don't really have time, nor do I really want to be just spending hours out of my day every day staring at my analytics. But I do care enough that I check, because I do want this to be a hobby that pays for itself. You know, most hobbies do cost money, and fixing electronics just for the hell of it, or looking at new formats or whatever, it's a hobby. You have to buy stuff. And as you can see here, I have hopefully covered the costs of the Laserdisc video, plus probably a little bit more. And I do generally put all of the money that I make from YouTube back into the channel in some way. So like whether it's buying new lights, or you know, something like this color checker here that I use to check my white balance. Actually, that's the photo side. Here's the video side. You know, I don't know if any of you have noticed the difference in how my videos look now compared to certainly when I first started, but even just I mean, a couple of years ago, I probably like revamped my whole setup, and I kind of have hopefully gotten better. And that's with the same camera. I've had almost this same camera for 10 years now. Almost the same camera. No, the same camera for almost 10 years now. This is a Panasonic Lumix G7, I believe. It is a 4K camera, 4K mirrorless camera, one of the first ones of those that existed. And I've kind of had to do a lot of workarounds and stuff to keep it sort of usable. One of the reasons why you always see me just kind of sitting in this static position, and I don't like do this kind of thing to the camera like some YouTubers do, is because I can't use autofocus on this camera. It just doesn't work. So that's, I mean, it works, but it's just kind of constantly zooming, I mean, focusing in and out. And so, I mean, that's just one of the things. Obviously, the resolution also is not great. I've upgraded the lenses. I've bought new lights repeatedly. Like, this is not actually the best lighting setup that I have here. I had a better lighting setup when I was in Arizona. But this is a new light, at least, because it's smaller. I needed a small light, and I only have just one light going right now. And then whatever you see in the background behind me. But yeah, so I hopefully put all the money that I make above and beyond what I buy for the channel back into the channel, one way or another. And that's how I kind of keep it going. So yeah, like, watch the ads. Like, hopefully you're not just clicking off on the ads. I know sometimes YouTube is very overly aggressive in how many ads it inserts. I don't do that. That's not me. If you see that, if you do, it usually means I've just kind of forgotten to manually set those. You can override YouTube's settings. And I know I did that for the Laserdisc video, which maybe that's one reason why it's doing well. I think there's only 2 ad breaks in like a 40-minute video. But yeah, watch the ads, or, you know, we get, creators do get paid from the, I almost said YouTube Red, YouTube Premium subscriptions. YouTube Red is what they used to call it. But yeah, if you're a premium subscriber also, thank you for subscribing, because we do get a cut of that. But yeah, like, I technically have a Patreon as well. I don't ask people to follow me there anymore, because I don't do much there. If you want to donate, like, that's great, but I'm not going to ask for that. But yeah, subscribe, like, all that. Like, that does help as well. But anyway, yeah, so it's done pretty well, the Laserdisc video. Now, you may have noticed certain things, like I've done some experiments that I normally don't do or haven't done before. You know, when I started on YouTube, it was 10 years ago, and it was still not the infancy of the site, but it was, they didn't have a lot of the stuff that they have now. It was just, you pick one title, you pick one thumbnail, and you write a description, and you're done. Now it's all like A/B testing. You can pick 3 titles, 3 thumbnails. You can have YouTube auto-generate a thumbnail for you if you want, which I have started using, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so you may have noticed the title right now on the Laserdisc video, and depending on when you clicked on it, you may have seen it this way. It's kind of like a clickbaity kind of title. And the reason for that is that is the title that won in the A/B testing, not just of clicks, but of watch time as well. So it's not just that people who get clickbaity titles are clicking on them and then immediately leaving when they see it's not like some angry man ranting. It's that they're clicking and they're actually watching more. So I did choose 3 titles, and 2 of them were just kind of more my normal, like, boring kind of descriptive kind of, you know, repairing a Laserdisc player and exploring the format. You know, but they were decent titles, I thought. Like, they were titles I might have picked before. And then I picked intentionally one that was kind of clickbaity just to see what would happen. And that was something like should this format be saved or something like that. And yeah, that's the one that won by a fairly clear margin. So I don't really want to do that like for all my videos. I mean, I'll probably run A/B testing, but I'm not going to like intentionally try to throw in a clickbait title because I know it's going to win. But I'm going to do A/B testing on titles from now on just to find the best one, you know, because you never really know. Sometimes I might really like a title, but nobody clicks on it. And if you don't just try a couple different options, even if they all seem kind of random, one of them might resonate for some reason. So I'm going to be doing that from now on. You'll see that in my later videos and maybe even some of my earlier videos. I'm going back because you can actually go back and redo certain things on older videos, and then YouTube might pick them up in the algorithm again. And then I've been doing some experiments with the thumbnail as well. Initially, you know, I'm really bad with thumbnails. Most YouTubers, I even see it in their videos. They might even take a moment and say like, oh, just a second, let me get the thumbnail. And then they take a picture. I don't even I never remember to do it until I've done everything else and I'm all packed up and it's like, oh God, I forgot the thumbnail. And I have to either take everything back out or try and find some random clip in the video that I can kind of adapt, but that's always really low resolution by that point compared to what you can get from a photo. And it's kind of annoying. So yeah, I forgot again to actually take a thumbnail photo until I was editing the video, and then I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? And I just happened to have like a straight on shot of the Laserdisc player and ended up doing a thumbnail similar to some thumbnails that I have done in the past. I mean, I used to do this like kind of red background with just straight on shot and a piece of text. But I realize now that I realized after I posted it that it looked a lot like one of the thumbnails that Spare Time Repair does now. And his channel's getting pretty big, and I watch his channel all the time. He's one of the channels that I'm subscribed to that I watch every video he puts out, and I recommend it if you do as well. But I realized my thumbnail looked a lot like his, and so I did a couple other options after that, and none of them really were better than the others. So I picked a slightly different one than the one that I originally had up there, and you'll see that now. But I think it looks slightly different than his. But yeah, so YouTube does have an option now to auto-generate thumbnails using AI. And I guarantee you have seen this in your feed, and you can probably recognize it most of the time, because a lot of the time these thumbnails look extremely, almost cartoony. Like they don't look, they just look weird. And that may be intentional on the part of YouTube. Part of it, I think, is, you know, obviously YouTube knows what people are going to click on because they have all the data. So part of it is their AI making a thumbnail that has similar characteristics to other ones that it knows people have clicked on. And that has led to this kind of weird, like processed look that you see in a lot of thumbnails. I guarantee most of those are AI generated, even the ones with real people in them. And the reason I know that is because I went back on some of my videos just as an experiment again to auto-generate some thumbnails for some videos that I made in the past that I think are kind of evergreen. Like you could watch them now and they're still pretty good, but they had really weak thumbnails because I didn't have very good tools. I didn't put a lot of effort into it. And at the time, the thumbnail was not like the main marketing kind of branding thing that it is now for all these videos. It wasn't as competitive. So I tried it, and you can go back and look at my videos and you will see those. And I know I'm fully aware of how some people feel about AI. To an extent, I feel the same way. to an extent. I do not hate it. And part of the reason for that, I think, is that I grew up as obviously I grew up while all this new technology was coming out. And, I was born at a time when there were no home computers, for example. They didn't exist. There were no game consoles. They didn't exist. As I was growing up, those things first started to exist and then gradually became more popular, and they changed our lives. Literally changed our lives completely. The way that I lived when I was like 10, for example, and the way my parents lived is not even close to the way we live now. And we didn't resist that. I don't really understand why people are so resistant to AI now. Like, I get it. Like, I mean, to an extent, again, to an extent, we have the Terminator, we have all these movies, we have Ex Machina, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, in popular culture, we all know AI is eventually going to destroy us. Well, we could easily destroy ourselves just as well, and, almost have a whole bunch of times. So I don't really think worrying about AI doing it is like all that different. It's just another way we could destroy ourselves. We have many ways of doing it and are slowly probably doing it anyway. I'm not a climate change denier or anything. Sorry if that kind of bursts your bubble about me. But so I don't hate AI. I think that some of the changes it's going to bring, like overall, I'm talking not just YouTube thumbnails, but some of the changes that we're going to see are going to be kind of tough to deal with for a while, just like was the case with computers and automation. I mean, we have robots building cars now, right? Like that's put a lot of people out of work on assembly lines. And lots of things have been done to try to alleviate those effects. And, our economy has transitioned into more of a service economy and all this stuff. Like, there's going to be more transition happening. There's no point in resisting that. Just if you embrace it, if you're one of the first people, not even one of the first people, but you're going to do better the quicker you embrace it and just go with it. Just want to insert one of my trademark clarifications here. I'm not saying I approve in any way of people using AI to completely hallucinate up whole channels full of AI content, which has become a problem on YouTube. I hate that as much as anyone. What I am saying is that AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or evil. It's up to humans to make that distinction, and it's not always black and white. But you can't blame a technology for people just being jerks. That applies equally to CEOs replacing human workers with AI and creators making entire channels of AI slop on YouTube. It's not the technology, it's the people using it. I just think that, like computers, the internet, the cell phone, and every other technology that's developed in my lifetime, AI is a net positive, even if there are people who use it poorly. So, yeah, back to the thumbnails. This is all kind of by way of me coming back around to the AI and YouTube thumbnails. And I do think some of those thumbnails that it turns out are ridiculous. And I can instantly tell when I see them. A lot of them are horrible, but a lot of those are because of the creator prompt. A lot of what you get out of generative AI is just down to the creator prompt. I did some experiments. I came up with some thumbnails that I thought were either good, like legitimately better than what was there before, or at least something that people will click on. Like a video that's like 8 years old, I'm not going to worry that much if people think, oh, that's clickbait. Like, I've had the video up for 8 years. You could have clicked on it at any time before now, and you're not going to tell me now that it's clickbait. So yeah, there's one or two videos that it generated a thumbnail that was completely different from what I expected, but that I thought, you know, that might actually work. And so maybe I'll put a playlist together or something of these videos with new thumbnails that you can just look at them and just know that those are all AI based on prompts that I gave to YouTube. And in all but maybe one case, I went through multiple refinements and iterations before settling on the one that's there. And in addition to that, YouTube just fails a lot of the time at generating a thumbnail. Even when you're just asking for a small iteration, I don't know what that's about. Like, I don't know if there's just not enough compute power and it's allocating it maybe to like higher tier creators. Like, I only have 80,000 subscribers. Like, it's gonna do Mr. Beast's thumbnails before it does mine. But yeah, it just times out a lot of the time. And so there are one or two thumbnails that I just couldn't get a better iteration. Like, I gave it clear instructions and it would just keep saying like, oh, sorry, I couldn't generate that. Is there anything else I can help you with? And so, yeah, like, not all the thumbnails are perfect, or at least not even as good as I wanted them, but they're like better than what was there before. Now, as for the video itself, obviously, there are always going to be different opinions. Some people agreed with me, some people did not. Having kind of a clickbaity title on it now, I think attracts a certain type of viewer that I'm not sure that I really want. It's the kind of viewer who is kind of looking for a fight. They come in, they already kind of have a chip on their shoulder a lot of the time. So to an extent, this is something that happens with every video, no matter what the title is or whatever. The first kind of day or so of comments is always from subscribers and people who already kind of know you and they know what to expect from your videos, and they're always kind of nice. And I always read like the first day or so of comments, and then they gradually kind of start to turn as YouTube's algorithm tries to figure out who else it can push this video out to that might be interested. And some of those people are interested and they like the video, and then others are just kind of, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. And I expect that. I know that's going to happen. And then with doing the A/B testing on the title, I think it makes it worse. So eventually, especially on this video, but really on every video, eventually the comments turn just completely negative. And usually a couple days after that happens is when YouTube stops trying to push it out to more people, because it kind of realizes like, all right, that's the limit. Because I'm sure a lot of those people give it a thumbs down as well. Although pretty much all my videos have around 98, 99% likes, which is great. Keep liking those videos. I enjoy that. But yeah, so I know not everybody's going to agree with everything. And I didn't set out to make a negative video. And I don't think it was that negative anyway. But, you know, you never really know. So, I mean, sometimes you do. But there are times where you start making a video and you don't quite know where it's going to go. And that's always kind of interesting. But at the same time, it can end up like this, where I just wanted to talk about Laserdisc and maybe a little bit about why I don't use it anymore. And then gradually, as I am making the video, I'm coming across issues that I had when I was younger and did used to actually use it as an actual current format. And then there are new issues that I'm encountering as well, and it's just kind of annoying. And so it ends up being, you know, what it turned out to be, which again, I don't think was that negative, but I do just think it's not a format we really need to continue to revisit. I have 2 Laserdisc players in my house, and they are really just taking up space now. Although I do want to fix that Yamaha, which I keep looking here. You probably see that, but the Yamaha is literally right there next to the camera, sitting on top of a box, which is where it was when I took that thumbnail image. And I think I actually have the transistors and even the caps that I want to replace on that board. So I just need to get like a workbench of some kind. And I haven't done that yet for one reason, which is that, and goes into the next thing that I wanted to talk about, but I did not have my visa. And I was about to be sent back to the United States. Yeah, I don't know when you're seeing this or when I'm actually posting this, but June 8th was going to be my last day here. And my wife and we'd made 2 different applications. We made like the standard, like you're outside of the country, you apply for a certificate of eligibility, they give you that, then you go to the embassy wherever you are and get the visa to come into the country. That's the first one we filed. At the time we did that, they were telling us it was going to take 3 months. So, and that was 6 months ago, and I never got it. You can also file to have your status changed from within the country, but that's not the standard procedure, and they don't really want you to do that. And you're basically asking them for an exception if you do that, and you have to justify it. But just applying for that gives you an extra 2 months. So for a while we had both applications going, thinking maybe the original COE application will be done, within that extra 2 months now, or maybe we'll just get the change of status accepted. They told us it was okay to have 2 applications going. They told us this twice. We went to the immigration office several times, never got either one of those done. They asked us for more documents a couple of times, and meanwhile I'm in the country already. Like I'm on my 90-day tourist visa. I'm allowed to be here. At no point was I ever not here legally, but that's why I have 90 days. So I applied like a month and a half before for the COE, which takes 3 months, went to Japan, was going to be here up to 90 days. Sometime within that 90 days, we were expecting to get that approved. It never got approved. So we went back. I got the new application in. We did another, we got another 2-month extension. They told us we could have both applications going. I'd hopefully hear about one in that time. It got close to June 8th, which is like now, right now, it's like 3 days away. And we're like, well, what is going on? So we went back to the immigration office again 2 days ago, and my second application to remain in the country was approved. So that's great. Like now I don't have to leave, and now I can do whatever I want. I can get a job. I can, for a year. It's approved for a year, and then I have to reapply, but it's less of a hassle to reapply and takes less time once you're already here. But the point is, for a long time, I felt like I couldn't even start anything. I was kind of getting depressed, thinking I was going to have to go back to the United States for however long. They said if my application was denied, then I would have to reapply for everything from the beginning. And at this point, they're telling people it's going to take 9 months. So I was going to have to go outside Japan, reapply, sit there by myself in like a short-term rental or something without any of my stuff for like 9 months waiting for this. I was totally depressed. I couldn't get myself to start anything. But now I've got my visa. I'm here. I have no other impediments. So I'm going to order. I don't have a lot of room. This room, it's full of boxes in that direction because this is kind of the storage room in addition to being my office. This little corner here is where all my fun stuff is, all my audio. I've got all my laptops stacked up. It's kind of a condensed version of a shelf that I had in Arizona. And but I think I can get like a folding table of some kind that I can put here when I'm working on stuff and then just put away somewhere when I have to. So I'll probably do that, and that'll mean I can fix that Laserdisc player. And yeah, there's other projects that I want to get going as well. So yeah, I also, I don't know if any of you are subscribed as well to my Japan Realized channel, which is supposed to be about real life Japan, but I've posted one video there, and it was just the introductory video like 3 months ago. And that's also because I did not know what was happening, and I was kind of afraid to post anything. I didn't want the immigration people to see it, which, what are the chances of that? But you never know. And but yeah, now I feel more free. I can talk about stuff. So hopefully I'll be posting there as well. I'm thinking to shoot something tomorrow just to get it going again. And you know, here I had honestly meant to talk about the 2 videos that I've got coming up on the channel, and I completely forgot to do it. So I'm just going to cut in from when I first shot this video, and then I'll come back afterwards. I've got 2 videos in the works. I don't know which order they're going to come in. One is going to be something about VHS, specifically DVHS and SVHS, because that's what I'm dealing with right now. But you know, some people have asked me about like WVHS, that was a thing in Japan and nowhere else, which was the first kind of tape-based high definition, analog high definition format. But there's a great video on that already from can't remember his name. I will post the video in the corner and also down in the description if you want to see a great kind of teardown of WVHS. I didn't get a WVHS player because what I'm trying to do is just transfer some videos, some VHS tapes to my PC, and they're SVHS ET tapes, so I needed that functionality. And it turns out a lot of DVHS decks have SVHS ET capability, whereas I'm not sure WVHS does. And also, the interesting thing about DVHS is you can still use it. It was intended to be able to let you record bit-perfect copies of broadcast HD in Japan. And you can still do that, which is amazing to me. We don't have anything like that in the United States. I mean, you can record to a DVR or something on a hard drive, obviously, and you can get a bit-perfect copy that way if you have a TiVo or even just some sort of home theater PC app in your PC and a tuner. But you know, here you can still buy a video cassette recorder that will do that, and it's just strange to me. So I kind of wanted to explore that at the same time as being able to transfer my SVHS ET tapes to my PC. So I'll be looking at that in a video. And then I have kind of an unusual video for the channel, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's a topic, again, not exactly like Laserdisc, but somewhat like Laserdisc in that it's a video I've been wanting to make for a while, but I never thought it, or I wasn't sure if it really fit in with the channel. And I finally decided, you know, screw it. Like, I can do what I want. Like, it's my channel. And maybe you can try to guess. It's a technology. It's kind of an old technology that's still around, that we still use, but it's kind of forked off, just like a lot of technologies do, into kind of the traditional old school stuff and the modern new stuff. And I'm gonna kind of take a look at both, more so on the retro end, because that's just more of what I do and more of what I'm interested in. But yeah, I'll keep it a little bit of a surprise. And again, I don't know which video is going to come first. It kind of depends on which script I finish first and what materials I have and stuff like that. So that is probably going to be about it for now. Sorry, it's just been a lot of me sitting here talking, and I've only talked about 3 things and it's been like 30 minutes. But yeah, I normally close out with like some sort of show and tell thing. I don't really have anything right now that's obvious that I can do that with, but All right, I know I said I wasn't going to show anything off, but, and this is just kind of dumb, but you may have seen this in the background. This is my little model of the Tokyo SkyTree. You can buy these in the gift shop that they have there. And the purpose of me showing this isn't really to show off the model, although I do think it's a really cool little model with the lighting and everything. And there's different lights. They have multicolored lights as well that I could use, but I like just the blue one. And I'm going to do a video on my Japan channel about this at some point, but you should actually go here. If you come to Japan, this is an amazing place. For one thing, the tower, you can go up to the top of the tower, and the tower completely dominates the Tokyo skyline. There's nothing else even close. This building over here is probably the next tallest building in the immediate area, at least, if not Tokyo. And I mean, you can see it. You can literally see this from the beach near where I am, which is like 40 miles away. So it's a extremely impressive structure to begin with. At one point, it was the tallest tower in the world. It's been surpassed at this point. I don't know what is the tallest tower. Measured differently from buildings, like the Burj Khalifa is a building, so that's the tallest building. Tallest tower is something else. But the thing that really makes this place great, if you're ever in Japan, is down here. This is a mall. It's a giant mall. And the food that they have in there, first of all, there's a massive market, like fresh vegetables, meat, all kinds of stuff market. Then there's an entire floor that's nothing but like prepared foods, like bakery, and I don't mean like it's like a supermarket with like another floor. I mean, like, this is an entire mall that goes like, this is like a mile long, and the entire floor is like baked goods and fried foods and all sorts of Japanese prepared foods. And then there's another floor that's just 100% restaurants of every kind, and some of them are really good. Like, there's the pizzeria that won it won like the Pizza Olympics or something like that. So there's all different kinds of restaurants. It's not just Japanese. But last time we came, not last time, maybe like 2 visits ago, we came here and we stayed at a Airbnb nearby, and we spent literally a week just in here. It's almost impossible to run out of things to do in there. It's like a little mini Tokyo in itself. So yeah. That's it. Again, I'm going to make a whole video on that at some point on my other channel, but I really like this model, and it seems appropriate to display it on my shelf here in the background of my videos now. So yeah, I think that's about it. I guess I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.